Our next presenter, gives me great pleasure to welcome Mr. Kolone Vaái, Managing Director for Samoa Coconut Cluster Limited. Welcome, Alo. Alo is the current Vice President for the Samoa Cocoa Industry Association and owner of one of the hotels on his family plantation in Vaái. The Samoa Coconut Cluster represents a revolution for not only farmers in Samoa, but all over the world. It was created to support farmers by providing access to information on how to grow crops sustainably, and they also aim to bring efficient direct access to customers all over the world. We look forward to your presentation, Alo, a very powerful statement in your bio, and we welcome. The floor is yours. You have 10 minutes to conclude your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, to go. Can you see the presentation, Matt? Hello?
Yes, we can, but maybe you need to expand it. So just click on the function down the bottom so that it takes up the whole screen. We can also, yeah, and also the one down the bottom. Nope. Yep.
You can see it.
Yep, that's the one. Click on that. Oh, I see. Okay, great. Yep. Yes, go ahead. Yep.
Well, I'm sorry about the technical difficulties, but Talofa, as Madam Trade Commissioner has already introduced me. So as a farmer, we started this our company in 2015, but started operating in 2016. Initially, we started because we were working with some of women in business doing coconut oil, virgin coconut oil. Before, from 2000 to 2015, we saw that there was an avenue for the farmers, especially the processors who were working with women in business, to produce virgin coconut oil efficiently using machinery. But the method they were using back then was more labor intensive. And when we found some challenges with them to work on that, so we formed our own cluster and our own company. That's where we started Samoa Coconut Cluster. That's just a background on how we started, the challenges that we faced. But our vision was to create a real value for farmers and to create more income for them, for their coconuts and their products and their goods from the farm. Trying to eliminate the middlemen who were taking most of the percentage of the money that they were earning. So it was more towards gauging the farmers to earn more from their products. And we wanted to utilize state-of-the-art technology to ensure that we would meet that standard that we wanted, and also to meet the market quality standards. And also that the raw, a fair price for the suppliers, especially the farmers, will be have a fair price on their hard-earned sweat products that they get from their farms. Keys to success, I guess, when you go into a business like this, there were some things that we sort of started looking at after setting up our company, but we found out that understanding the market, technology, access to markets, maintaining quality, and also the human resource part was pretty important. And of course, finance was also a big part in order for this sort of venture to be successful. Technology was what we had to ask ourselves, some of the questions when we were looking for technology, what sort of machines we needed, the target volumes that we, or capacity of the machines, what can they produce, how much the volume of tonnage or liters that each capacity of the machines can put out, and also the capacity of the farmers that will be sourcing or supplying the raw materials for the machinery. Also, where you get your machinery, yeah, we found out the hard way. We went to China to get food because it was cheaper. Well, that's what we first thought. And regardless of the quality, we found out the hard way. The cost of the machinery was not really the important part. It was more the quality of the machinery. So you have to really understand where you source your machinery from, and also the quality. I guess nowadays, maybe 5 years now, I think China has already increased the quality of their machinery since the days that we first came into operation and sourced our machinery from China. Market access, we found out also that there is always a lot of regulations, also certifications that needed. We were organically certified when we first started, set up our own ICS. But when had a few internal problems with our company, we shifted operations to Vaái because we started off here in Kolone, the main island. But we're now based where most of the raw material is sourced. But during that transition, we sort of lapsed on our organic certification. We were just going to start again, but COVID came along and threw a spanner in the works. So we are now organically not certified at the moment. Also Sept, ISO, good manufacturing practices, kosher, especially for the Jewish, was needed by the US market, which all the markets we were targeting, which is the main one they were after was the organic certification. And also developing social media, social marketing. So that's a big platform that's now being used by most people, online marketing, especially with COVID. We also need to step up on that part of it to develop our market access. Quality control, yeah, we have, guess, yeah, with that, it's already been covered with all the certification that's needed. So we really need to maintain quality, and also using those certifications will be a good way of gauging where we are. And also equipment needs to be maintained so we can fully produce at a efficient level. Human resources, yeah, staff, of course, training, especially in our production process with the machinery, which should be a key part on people. Yeah, in maintaining our quality and also moving forward to meet the requirements of our markets overseas. But also finance. Yeah, we do face a lot of financial difficulties at the moment, especially with the organic certification. That's a must for dealing overseas at the moment. We found some markets who do not require organic certification in New Zealand, but those were more or less small markets. But that's the only certification that we really need at the moment because that's the only certification that wherever we we find a market overseas, that's the first requirement. Are you organically certified, and where's your organic certification? In order for us to export or to access those markets. Challenges, yeah, when we I've already mentioned the equipment, right? Equipment was a major hurdle for us. After spending initially hundreds of thousands of dollars to get the machinery in, we now only find that there is only 10% of our machinery from China still functional. We were lucky to access some funding from CIDP, which from the European Union, which basically refinanced all our machinery that we have now. And we were able to, learning from the first mistakes that we had, we really did our homework on this one. And we now have full functional machines that are running at 100% efficiency, sourced from Philippines. Also the organic certification, as you can see, yeah, and also we do have some markets now also from China, but they require HACCP and ISO certification. The volumes they ask more manageable, not the high volume ones, but all we need now is just to get on top of the certifications. And also the diversification of our product offerings for business to remain operating. We see a lot of value-added products, byproducts, using virgin coconut oil, but we're also going into sourcing other products like breadfruit flour, dried fruits. We're all looking at those products using some of the machinery that we got for our virgin coconut oil to diversify our offerings and also still maintain our true belief in sourcing from our farmers. Where we are today, like I just said, yeah, we did successful application CIDP, and the final hurdle for us is very important is that organic certification from HACCP and ISO and some other certifications that we need in order to fully utilize. Especially from our new machinery that we have from Philippines, we can produce around 5 to 6 to 7 tons of virgin coconut oil per month, fully utilized, and also getting all the certification in place. Can you still hear me? Hello?
Yes, you can continue.
Oh, sorry. So that's the crux of our presentation. Some advice, if you are going to go into these sort of processing, manufacturing, especially virgin coconut oil, we found out there were a lot of challenges. Unfortunately, we jumped into this in 2015 with our eyes closed. We knew that the market was out there, but we found out the hard way that we thought that once we build it, yeah, we'll get the markets. But we found out the hard way that the machines were very important. Getting the right machinery, sourcing the right machinery, and also having that already existing market pathway would have been very beneficial if we started off the right way. But we were so passionate about setting it up and running it. Plus, we had access to some financing setting it up from our agribusiness through ADB. We managed to get funding from that to set up our initial company. But if this was an easy thing, I guess a lot of people would be doing it here in the Pacific. But yeah, those were the things that we found out the hard way. So just we we found out the hard way that was not easy, but through the grace of God and also the help of family and also some of the government as well, and some of the organizations, we've been managed to stay afloat. But we see a very positive outlook in the future, especially with we're still dealing with the markets overseas. They're just waiting for our organic certification and all certification to come on board, and then we'll proceed from there. That's the only challenge that we're facing at the moment, and also financing our certification is a bit hard, especially for an individual company. Getting funding when you have to fund yourself. I know there's a few NGOs that do it here, but they are funded by the government. Unfortunately, for the private sector in Samoa, we're not funded by the government when we're doing when we're sourcing funding for this sort of important part of our business, which is the certification. But when there's a will, there's a way. So we'll find a way to still manage to find a way. So I guess just the importance of this workshop is sharing, and also where we can help each other overcome some of the challenges going forward into the future. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alo. Some really strong messages there in your presentation, and really good to hear of the efforts that your company made, and also, you know, recognizing your shortcomings and what you, as you pointed out, you started off on the wrong foot, and you know, your learnings and where you are today is because you made a concerted effort and you were committed to your program. So congratulations. And the other reason I just wanted to point out is that you know, having people like Alo and his representing his cluster in Samoa gives the rest of us an opportunity to interact offline with Alo. Feel free to contact him to pick his brains on some of the learnings and some of the recommendations that he may have for you if you're thinking of embarking on forming some clusters or collectives within your sectors back in your home countries. Thank you very much, Alo, and please do stay online to answer questions at the end of the sessions.